What's up, y'all? This is Brian Schutz, and this is the Overnight Celebrity Show. I am with my friend
Trianna Feruza out of Santa Cruz, California. We are so excited to be here at Campus Burgers with Brian Schutz and the Overnight Celebrity Show. Overnight, overtime.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, so we're putting in hard work right now. We're getting creative. We're doing art. Trianna's about to break down and just bust some dope bars, dope flows. All the vocals coming out.
More bars than Kit Kat.
Period. Not just 4. How many could you eat? You could eat 20. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
1 million, which is how many streams we're gonna get on these videos. Yo, manifest.
Manifest.
The
This the Overnight Celebrity Show is Brian Schutz. Holla at us.
See, I heard y'all were confused. You thought I didn't have the bars. Well, sit back, relax, cause me,
come through with the swag like B-I-G-G-I-E. I keep them flows on icy. Them features getting pricey. They hip to who the best be. What's cooler than being cool is to stay ice cold. If you ain't getting down with this and you ain't in the know, I got sugar and honey with the iced tea. Know that it get a little feisty. Cooking with the beat so spicy. Ain't no telling where I might be. A jet ski, an airplane, a nightclub, a chess gang. Got strategies on deck. Vibes like rain clouds get wet. See, you been getting mad cause she ain't dancing with you. Been getting on me because I got right attitudes, the right kind of grooves, right kind of juice. Ain't playing the fool. Been caught up in the game. Like a ring with a bad guy, ice on the wrist. You ain't never seen little shawty like this. I'm pitching, cashing, instant attraction. Say she a switch, I sit here laughing. Baby, you don't gotta act so tough if you don't want. We can shake it together. Show me that junk up in your trunk. Show me that junk up and junk up and junk and junk up in your trunk. See, I can see the way you work. I wanna know the way she funk. Show me that junk up and junk up and junk and junk up in your trunk. I can see the way you work. I wanna know the way you funk. Baby, baby. Jessica Rabbit in her red dress, edible confections. Come and learn these lessons and I can do de-stressing. Get your chakra lined up so we can hit it right. You know you gon' see me, we gon' party all night. Hit the ground, you know what's up. Just go on and fill that cup. Yeah, you know I got that, yeah, you know I got that. You know we gon' hit it like a boom, boom, clack. That click, click, boom, and she know where it's at. You been getting mad cause she ain't dancing with you. Been getting on me because I got right attitudes, the right kind of grooves, right kind of juice. Ain't playing the fool, been caught up in the game. See, I ain't a betting man, can't claim to be straight, but I got this craving, always hungry when it's you on my plate. These little mistakes, when you say you been up on the hate. Walking these city streets with Lucy, she can hang till it's late. Show me that junk up and junk up and junk and junk up in your trunk. Woo. See, I can see the way she work, I wanna know the way she fun. Baby, show me that junk up and junk up and junk and junk up in your trunk. Ha! See, I can see the way she work. I wanna know the way she fun. Yeah.
What's up, Trianna? How you doing?
Oh my God, I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here at the Overnight Celebrity Show.
Bang, bang,
Hey.
bang. First thing I want to say, super dope ass performances. I love the energy that you bring. I love the way you push your voice out, your dancing, your lyrics, your bars, the things that you're talking about in your lyrics and all that such. It's pretty amazing. Well, first off, let's take a trip back, right? Tell me a bit about your uprisings in music and what motivated you to get to here in your career.
I think that a little bit about my upbringing is that I was raised in the Bay Area belly dance scene, which is pretty special. I was also raised at music festivals and music camps, such as NorCal Renaissance Fair and that whole scene, Balkan Camp, Middle East Camp, Sweetsville, just all of these really beautiful world music festivals and music camps, and it was nice to be such a little kid
on such big stages, surrounded by dancers, surrounded by players. I come from a family of musicians, family of dancers, and I think that it was easy for me to be on my way up in music because I have a family that takes it seriously as a job, because they've all done it. And it's really nice to have that kind of support where they, they know that I'm working hard, they know that I'm getting the work, and they know that I'm making money the same as I would as any other job. And I feel like that has allowed me, the space to grow and to really be solidified within my choice, within my musicianship. So that's been a real pleasure. As far as what I've been doing musically, I've been in my family band since my mom was belly dancing with me in utero. So I've been on the stage since the womb. And that's really special. And music's also just, it's the best thing. It's the best thing that's ever happened and the best thing that will ever happen. And I love it. And nothing in my life has ever made me feel so engaged and made me feel like I really belonged and given me, everything I wanted. And with music, it's all about the time that you put into it. So I was in my family band, and then when I was about 9, I started listening to hip hop and got into rapping, and started doing more battle stuff when I was 11, and then picked up the guitar. I'd already been playing piano, and then once I picked up the guitar, I was like, well, I can play behind my raps. And of course, I was the little Caucasian girl doing all of the Mac Dre covers on an acoustic guitar. That was me. I did do that. I'll stand by it. But then I moved through that and started getting in bands in high school, did a lot of musical theater, and then started doing gigs professionally at about 17. And now I'm 26.
So basically you were raised in an environment that included belly dancing, hip hop. You said your mother had you belly dancing when you were in her womb?
I was in the belly. She was belly dancing and I was the belly. I was the featured artist at an early age. And I feel really grateful for that. I feel really grateful to just be surrounded by musicians and I feel like a lot of people look for what they want to do for the rest of their lives, and I feel really grateful that all I have to do is work my ass off. I know what I want. I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do, and I feel really happy that that thing is music, and really grateful that it's something that the more time you put in, the better you are, and the more you get out of it, the more you put into it, and I feel really just super blessed to know it and love it and get to make it my entire life. And it's my whole ass job, and it is probably the raddest shit ever. And I love it.
So let's talk about being a musician, gigging, finding work that allows you to gig, bills, life, all that stuff. How do you come into these battles and force yourself to win?
I think that exposure doesn't pay the bills, but I think that as a younger artist, they're a necessity to get into the field. And I think that a lot of times it's a really interesting balance, especially when you're first getting started, because you want to say yes to everything, and you want to just have your 3 main things. You want to show up on time, you want to be easy to work with, and you want to kick ass at your fucking job. And in order to cultivate those skills, you got to do a lot of lower paying and or free stuff. And I think that it's hard because I feel like a lot of people get stuck in that local zone because they start oversaturating their market. And once you say yes to everything, once you get to that next echelon or that next zone, you have to recognize when to take what's the best way to say that? I think that it's hard to recognize the right opportunities. And I think that getting older in the game, you start to realize when saying no is an asset and what exposure is good exposure, and when people are just trying to, utilize you just to
get some free entertainment, and recognizing that you're a business, and as a band or as a musician that you're a startup company. I think that's one of the hardest things, is to communicate with the people hiring you how much your time is worth. Because there's, this really good trope that, artists are, especially musicians, are driving 5 hours to play a $50 gig with $5,000 worth of gear. And there's just no way to explain that to the people that are hiring you. So I think that it's a lot about how you promote yourself as a business, and speaking with the terminology that's just chill enough to be a good hang, but business minded enough so that you're taken seriously as management and the management of your company when you're speaking to people. I think that another thing that's really hard is making sure that you set an hourly for what you're worth, and recognizing within your scene, where is your local scene? What's your bracket? What's the locale for your business? If you're touring, it's all a numbers game, which is a little disheartening, because you could be, there's so many really phenomenal musicians that just they just don't have the marketing to be a product that sells. And unfortunately, it's very plastic in that way. And I think that that's one of the things that I'm coming up against right now, is just you kind of need that extra income in order to pay for that marketing, so that you can be that really worthwhile, profitable business. And it feels a little plastic, especially when you're making art, because you want to be so authentic and so yourself and so real 100% of the time. And I'm by no means saying that doesn't work. It's just not a sustainable business model most of the time. And I'm definitely coming against that right now a lot too, where just posting your flyer or going around town posting your flyer is not how it works anymore. You got to make the cute commercials, you got to make the content. And also, I feel like the content feels so plastic and hard to do, which is why the stuff that you're doing and Overnight Celebrity is such a cool way for artists to get really engaged making content. But for me too, it's you need a day a week of making content, and you need to write down some ideas and get 5 random ideas done, no matter if they're stupid, if they're cool, and build up your platform, and get all of this content out, and then put yourself on a schedule. Because in order to, I think, take it from a local hobby job to a real job where it's not a 9 to 5, it's all the time. You don't clock out. There's no clocking in. It's forever. You go. You're running. And in order to maintain that, you have to schedule everything. So I think that what I would tell myself 5 years ago would be to get one of those big year calendars. I have one now, and it's saved my life. But get one of those big year calendars and be booking out, 2 months in advance, so that you can get the gigs you want when you want, and start building up those numbers. And also going into your scene, chunking out time. There's time for networking. You've got to be able to go out and be local in your community. If you're a band that's local and nobody's coming out to your shows, it's because you're not in the scene and nobody knows who you are. So go meet people. Go to your friends' shows. If there's a band that you think that's really cool that's in that echelon right above you, go meet them. If they're still in your scene, the community is ready to support you, but you have to give forth support too. And then also scheduling time for rest, scheduling time for content, scheduling time to be social with friends, scheduling time when you're not on your computer. Maybe you're not clocking out ever, but that means that you have to schedule time to not work. And that has to be its own job. Anyway, I'm not very good at rest. That was a very long speech about being a gigging musician.
Okay, so you told me you were a theater kid. Oh God. Talk to me about being a theater kid.
Bumping one more gin, ice, whiskey on the rocks. Taste so good while I'm running through my thoughts. Good cause we talk a lot, we run the block. Don't run game, I connect the dots. Lips leading systems to shock, tell them chicks to kick rocks. Cause they ain't gonna impede on what I got it on yeah, got it on, got it on, got it on. Baby got a little bit of flavor in the bed. Don't gotta play the fake cause the ego's intact. Ain't insecure, won't focus on the legs. I won't front with your baby serving ass and facts. Now, tell them girls relax. Ain't tripping on the frivolous, ain't caught up in the trap. Tripping cause I got you on lock. I ain't tripping cause I got you on a... Won't try to front, babe. Ain't tryna hide. If you lift me up then I might let you slide. Cause I'll play it cool, baby. Best believe I ain't no fool, lady. Ain't playing it safe, them's the rules, baby. What we can achieve with all the right tools, lady. Huh, bitch please. Lovely lady leisure adding pleasure to the mix. Kicking up the vibes cause she devilish. So into this, hiking up a skirt while saying give me some of that, some of that. Baby lady gossip playing truths like a curveball. Skin like porcelain, likes to be my doll. Center of attention, never left enthralled. Feather attention till she won't try to front, babe. Ain't tryna hide. If you lift me up then I might let you slide. Cause I'll play it cool, baby. Best believe I ain't no fool, lady. What we can achieve with all the right tools, baby. What we can achieve with all them tools, lady. Ha, bitch please, I'll play it cool, lady. Yeah, I ain't no fool, lady. Ain't playing it safe, them's the rules, lady. What we can achieve with all the right tools, baby. Bitch, please.
Natural tendencies pay. You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things pain. Son, be a dentist. People will pay you to be inhumane. Your temperament's wrong for the priesthood, and teaching would suit you still less. Son, be a dentist. You'll be a success. Here he is, girls, the leader of the plaque. Watch him suck up that gas. Oh my God. He's a dentist and he'll never ever be any good. Who wants their teeth done by the Marquis du Sade? Oh, that hurts. I'm not numb. Oh, shut up. Open wide. Here I come.
How do you relate being a theater kid to your music career?
I think stage presence is an art form all in itself, and I think that being confident on stage is something that you learn in theater, and crowd participation is something that you learn a lot in the theater exercises. I think that projection is very important. It's something that you learn in theater. I think you learn how to make eye contact really well. You learn how to block in theater. You know how to use your stage and utilize, and I think that as a band, being really cohesive within your dance and your performance is what you're doing is you're basically putting on, you know, a musical in your show, where like a lot of times, like some of my favorite artists and what I really like is they have little bits and scripts that they write into their sets when they're on tour, which are like funny, really sweet moments, or like certain things they say before a song. Like each set can be its own kind of, you know, musical type performance. And that's really when you get to the next level of shows, I think, is like, I think one of the best people who ever did it was like David Bowie with Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders of Mars. Like that live show was a play, and it was amazing, and one of the coolest performances ever. You look at any Justin Timberlake tour from 2002, you know, he's doing a whole West Side Story bit with all these dancers, and that's how they used to do it back in the day. And it's just, I think that musical theater and stage performance are, I think all stage performance falls under the same like bracket. And so I think that one can only help you be better at the other.
So as far as musical projects right now, what are you working on outside of touring?
More booking emails? No, no, what am I doing? What am I working? Who am I?
Great question. I know those answers. No, what I'm doing right now is I have a funk band based in Oakland called Liddy DeBungus, and we are in the mixing stage of our second album right now, which is really exciting. Me and my band, Trianna Feruza and the Heavy Hitters, are working on a couple new singles, and we're going to be doing some opening shows at Moe's Alley, which is a really cool club in Santa Cruz. We've got one on April 25th and another one on May 28th. Those are going to be really exciting shows. We're also, in the studio a lot. I've been doing a lot of solo stuff, and my solo stuff is going really well. I've been recording a lot of music with my buddy. Shout out Jeek's Music. Also shout out Fry Pan. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been getting a little more into the blues side and a little less like hip hop bars, which is interesting. So that solo stuff is taking a little trajectory. I've been doing a lot of live shows solo with my looper. So I run with a Boss RC505, which is really fun because I play bass, guitar, I beatbox, and then I can do my own backing vocals and do all these really cool sets, and that's been really engaging and super fun. But I think that's what coming up is a lot of released music and a lot of really cool shows. I've got a show on July 17th at the Shanty Shack in Santa Cruz, which is a women's showcase that I do once a year, where I'm going to have all women-owned businesses as vendors. I'm going to have all female-fronted bands. We'll probably have about between 8 to 10 bands and 20-something vendors. It's always a really good time. Everybody should come out because it's cool to put on shit for the girls in our community. It's a showcase by women, for women, where everybody's invited, but we really get to put, our girls front and center, which is something that I'm really proud of, that I love contributing to. And those are some of the really cool. Oh, also, I'm vendor coordinator for this new funk festival happening in La Honda. This year is the first year that it's happening. Early bird tickets are out now, and it's called the Down to Funk Festival, and you can find it at dttf.org. Wait, no, DTFF. DownToFunkFestival.org. DTFF.org. See, I know some shit. Let me tell you, I do. Oh, we're also playing Mountain Vibes. Also, which is happening in June. I think that's what I can remember.
How do you feel in America present?
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Sorry.
It's embarrassing.
Right.
It's just like being with the rest of the world on a bus, and we just let out the just most stinkiest fart, and people have been able to ignore that we smell like shit for so long, and now we just shit our pants really loud in front of everybody, and everybody can smell it, and we just all have to deal with that shame. To all of those who've actually defecated on public transport, I'm so sorry. It's never happened to me, but if it has happened to you, I apologize. I know that was probably really traumatic. I didn't mean to blow up your spot. However, that's kind of how I feel about being an American living here. You're just, ugh. You're like, no, oh no.
How can we make the smell more pleasant as a group?
How can we make this smell more pleasant? I think that what's happening right now is I think that America became so hyper individualism that we became anti-community. And not that communities aren't banding together and people aren't banding together, but I think that we're so divided, and the art of having a discussion is no longer allowed. Like, we have to be fighting if we disagree. And that has allowed for so much space between people. And, like, do I think that motherfuckers are wrong? Absolutely. But at the same time, like, I think that if we don't talk to each other we can't relate to each other. And that's why we have such little powers, because we're not able to come together and we're not able to see that we're all people. And there's, you know, there's a real strength in uniting with your community and being present with your people and getting to know your neighbors in your neighborhood. Like, my dad always taught me that when you move into a new neighborhood, you go knock on people's doors and you make, you know, a plate of cookies and go meet your neighbors, because we're all musicians, right? And we'd rather they call us than call the cops. So you always go meet people in the neighborhood, because if we're throwing a fat party, you invite the neighbors, they won't call nobody. They'll just show up. And so, but when I did that in the past 2 moves that I've had since COVID, I go and I try to meet people, and they get scared. You know, they get spooked when I show up, because they go, "Who are you? I don't know you. Why are you knocking on my door?" Which you know, valid, also super valid. But I think that it just means that we're not getting to know each other. Like, there's not that camaraderie anymore. And so I think that how we can, you know, enjoy the roses, for lack of a better term, is just to get to know, you know, our people in our communities, and recognize that everybody has a story and everybody has value, and if you just take a couple of seconds to understand somebody better, maybe you can find a commonality, and there can be more camaraderie between us, so that when we decide to overthrow the government, that there will be enough of us united and organized to do so. Because you saw what they fucking did in Nepal. That was the most badass shit ever. Which was Gen Z, by the way. New government on Discord. Not to brag, but us 2000s babies, we're doing shit right now. Anyway, and that was really cool. And I just think that that's where we are right now, is we're in a big point of global transition. And I just hope that by the people, for the people is the thing that the people start to choose. And I think that we can do that by recognizing each other as people.
What does music do for you?
Everything. It's everything. It's why I get up in the morning. It's why I want to dance in the day. It's why I want to create. It's why I want to go to work. It's why I want to go to bed. It's how I can let go of all of my stuff. You know, therapy's expensive, music is free. I think that as a musician, as an artist, you're, you know, a wizard, and you get to cultivate an atmosphere that people that don't have that skill set might not be able to express. And we all have those songs that when we're really sad, there's that song that you play on repeat that helps you get through it, you know. And to be able to write those kind of tunes for myself, and to be able to look back at my discography and to see all of the pieces in my life is just such a gift. And I think that music does that for everybody, because it's all about our 5 senses. You know, you have your favorite meal that was made for you when you were a kid. You got that favorite song that got you through a hard time. You got that favorite time that you went out dancing with your friends, you know. And I think that music is just it's energy, and it's a frequency, and I think that everything in the world exists on a frequency. And so I just think that music is all of it.
Where can people find you? Social media, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Trianna Feruza. That's TriannaFeruza. At Trianna Feruza on Instagram, Trianna Feruza on TikTok, Trianna Feruza on Facebook, Trianna Feruza on YouTube. You can find me at www.triannaferuza.com. You can also find my band at Tree and the Heavy Hitters, TRI and the Heavy Hitters.com.
For sure. Yo, what up? This is Brian Schutz. This is the Overnight Celebrity Show. I'm here with Trianna Feruza. I always say it wrong.
Trianna Feruza.
There you go. We are at Campus Burger. Once again, make sure you follow her on social media. Make sure you go to all the Apples, all the Spotifys, and make sure you come to her shows.
Stream the music.
Yeah. Follow her. Get her calendar. Pop up at a show. Jam, buy a couple beers.
Go to bands in town. Follow
Facts.
the bands in town.
Facts.
You'll see all the shows all the time.
Support the artists, y'all. Peace. Amazing. We out.
We gotta find Brian.